If I can have your attention here in the Media Center, we'll continue on with today's Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series media availability. And we are joined now by 2017 Daytona 500 champion Kurt Busch, driver of the number 41 Haas Automation Monster Energy Ford for Stewart-Haas Racing. And we mentioned the 2017 Daytona 500 win, fourth fastest on the speed charts today. How much confidence do you have in that Stewart-Haas Ford going into this weekend here at Talladega?
Yeah, I have a good bit of confidence with the whole group, from Tony Gibson all the way down to guys that work on these cars. Stewart-Haas builds great restrictor plate cars, and you know, to have a winning car from the Daytona 500 stuck in a museum, it's the best feeling in the world still to have that issue. And this car is a car we ran at the shootout down in Daytona, so it's got track time this year on it, and the guys took the car back after Daytona and polished up on her, and here we are. And yes, it shook down really well in the practice session this morning. All the Fords wanted to get together and run some laps and record data, and it didn't matter which car led or which car followed. We just wanted to have all the Fords together, and so it's great to have that teamwork and that camaraderie from Stewart-Haas and Penske. There was Roush cars mixed in with RPM cars, so it was really nice to see the top nine, you know, and on the speed charts all have a Ford emblem. So it's neat to see that teamwork.
Okay, we're going to open the floor up for questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll start over here on the right with Lee.
LeeSpencerMotorsport.com. Even though you're a veteran, does winning the Daytona 500 give you any more confidence on a restrictor plate track than you might have had before?
Confidence might not be the word. There's so many different things that come up at restrictor plate races that can help you win or take the chance away of winning. I came here with the thought process of, you know, we've won the most recent restrictor plate race. That means we know what we're doing at Stewart-Haas Racing to find that competitive advantage, and we should have a great shot at winning this weekend. And so I guess that blends into the confidence side of it on having good cars. And I've done my homework the best that I can to review tape and to watch different trends from Talladega versus Daytona. And you just hope you're in the right place at the right time. That's how Daytona unfolded for us. And it's easier said than done, of course. You just have to work through all the different inconsistencies that pop up, and a lot of it is just being in the right place at the right time and not getting caught up in another wreck from somebody else.
We're going to go to your left here to Chase.
Chase William, FoxSports.com. Kurt, obviously, you know about the news with Joey Logano losing his playoff points but still retaining the win at Richmond. What are your thoughts on the encumbered win rule in general? Yeah,
it was a big surprise this week. I had to definitely look up the word encumbered to find out what that meant. It reminded me of a word that we had a couple years ago with Joey Logano involved in it. It was quintessential. So we're all learning through this, and yes, this is a big moment in our sport. But you know, it's for us, in the way that everything works, you always want the guy that won the race to be the guy with the trophy, and in this case, the car didn't pass tech afterwards, so we're in uncharted water, and I'll let smarter people handle how we navigate through all this.
We're going to go to your right to Caleb.
Caleb Whistler, Speedway Dodgers. How would you assess the first quarter of 2017?
You know, for us on the 41 car, we've almost gotten a top 10 at half the races so far. This will be our 10th race, so we get a top 10 this weekend. It means we've been in the top 10 half the time. We had a couple alternator bugs and issues that we had to work through on the West Coast trip. We missed the setup at Fontana. Martinsville was better this time around. We just didn't seal the deal. We got caught up in a wreck there. Overall, you know, when you win the Daytona 500, it can carry you for a lifetime. It can carry you for a season. And so for the first 10 races, you know, we've had a great deal of success, and we're very happy about that with our Ford, with Haas, with Monster. and for everybody on the team. Ring sizing was this week at Stewart-Haas Racing for everybody to get their ring sizes measured up to get a Daytona 500 championship ring. So it's been pretty special so far to start the year.
I'm going to go to your left to Jerry.
Jerry Jordan, Tires.net, PRN. Next week we go to Kansas. Obviously that track is in the playoffs. Can you address the importance of learning next week when you go there, if you're anticipating anything different?
Yeah, anytime that we have a track that's in the spring portion of our schedule and it matches up with a playoff race in the fall, it's very important. We'll definitely have a full run log of what we want to accomplish and understand. And Kansas is in a unique spot too, because it's a week before we head to Charlotte for the All-Star and for the 600. And so you're trying to gather as much data through those few weeks, because Charlotte is a very important race in the playoffs as well.
Any additional questions for Kurt? Kurt, thanks for taking the time today, and good luck this weekend.
Great, thank you.